Today on Underground Oddities, I'm going to be doing a tier list, tier maker tier list. I'm like 2 years late to this trend. As always, I'm just behind the curve. I kind of just wanted a reason to talk about Death Grips, you know, on my channel. I've not really had a chance to talk very much about Death Grips. I'm a huge fan of Death Grips. I've been a fan of theirs since around when the Money Store dropped. I wasn't quite like, you know, I was there since ex-military, bro. Like, I was there when they dropped the first few songs. Like, I don't go back that far, but, you know, I have been listening for a long time. I've seen them live twice. Great times. If you have not seen Death Grips live and you have a chance and you're a fan, I mean, you gotta make the pilgrimage. You know what I mean? They don't tour very often. I'm hoping they release some new music soon. I heard that they're just done, but I hope that's not true. You know? They're probably my favorite band, honestly. But yeah, so anyways, I'm going to be doing a tier maker of their albums. And then within the tiers, I'm going to be ranking the albums, like which one I like more. If, say there's a bunch in A tier. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. It's a tier list, okay? People know what these are. I don't need to really explain them, I don't think. Also, you know, since I'm making this video, why not? If you have an interesting tier list you want me to make a video about, just let me know in the comments. Okay, so we got Year of the Snitch. Year of the Snitch first up here. For a long time, I didn't really love this album. When it first came out, I was like not really into it. It took me a while to warm up to it. Within the past year or so, I started to really enjoy it a lot more. It's one of their weirder albums, honestly. Like Linda's in Custody. It's just such a, I don't know. It's such a strange. I mean, all their albums are really strange, but this one especially is weird. It's not quite S tier for me. I do like it a lot now, a lot more than I used to. I'm gonna put it in B tier. I think I'm gonna put it in B tier. I do like it. I do like it. I've listened to it quite a bit. But I mean, if I'm gonna go listen to some Death Grips, I'm probably gonna listen to this right here, which is an easy S tier. I mean, this is just, that's my favorite Death Grips album right there. The Powers That Be is that's an easy S tier. What an odyssey of just crazy sounds and all the vocals from like Bjork being like incorporated into the first half of the album just everywhere. It's like, it's just so cool, man. It's a great stimming album, you know. If you enjoy stimming, I'm a fan of stimming myself, and this album is the first half especially. Yeah, I love this album a lot. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. Probably my top 3. Government Plates. This is another one I kind of slept on for a while because it came out right after The Money Store and No Love, and I was like, this is weird. What the f? So yeah, for the first like year of this album being out, I was like, what is this? It turns out I really, really like this album now a lot. Especially the last song on the album. That's like one of the most underrated Death Grips songs. It's going in A. It's going in A tier for me. Yeah, Government Plates is sick. All right, we got No Love, Deep Web. This was at one time, this was my favorite Death Grips album. It still has my favorite Death Grips song on it. Come Up and Get Me is my favorite Death Grips song. Still. But overall, the album, it's good, but it definitely, the more I listen to it, like I listen to it a lot, man. Like it's a lot, you know. It's still really good. I want to put it in A. I want to put it behind Government Plates. It's still really good. I like Government Plates more actually now, which is crazy. I never thought I would think that. Ex-military. All right, this is the one they broke out onto the scene with. You know, this has classics on it like Guillotine and Tachyon. 2 great songs. But I don't love this tape, honestly. Overall, it's a little rough around the edges. And I know it's supposed to be, you know, it's one of the first things they did. I just don't love it. I don't know. You know, a lot of people love this album or this mixtape, and I get it. It is cool. It's definitely cool. But I don't love it. I don't know. It's not quite C tier for me. That feels like heresy to say it's C tier. I mean, Tachyon and Guillotine alone, like, elevate it. I'm gonna put it in B tier. It's definitely, I'm glad they made it. It propelled them to make all these other things, so I can't knock it too hard. It's definitely good. But yeah, there's a few songs in there I was just like, I don't know. I don't really, I'm not the biggest fan, but yeah. The Money Store. This is the, what a lot of people consider to be their best thing they've ever made. It's definitely good. It's definitely I'd say it's their most accessible album, right? Like for like new people. It has some great tracks on it. But I mean, if I'm gonna go listen to some Death Grips, The Money Store is not really at the high end of priority for me to listen to. So I'm gonna put it there. I think I like No Love, Deep Web a little bit more. Probably just kind of biased because it, Come Up and Get Me's on No Love, and that's my favorite, like I said. That's my favorite Death Grips track of all time. So, yeah, I think it's good there. I think it's good. It's definitely A. It's just, when I compare it to, like, when I compare it to this album, I compare it to this, I mean, this is so much farther ahead. You know what I mean? It's, like, it's so much farther ahead that something in A tier feels like way behind, you know what I mean? All right, Bottomless Pit. I love this album. I think this is an S tier album. I don't really even have to think about it that much. Bottomless Pit is great. Giving bad people good ideas. Like that's one of my favorite Death Grips tracks again, and like Spikes is on there, and yeah, no, that's an easy S tier for me. Love that album. And then we got Fashion Week. I don't really love this album, honestly. I don't really love it. There's a couple songs in there where I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, but overall, man, I just, that one, I don't really go back to that one very much. Every time I do, I'm like, okay, it's alright, Okay, there's something missing, you know what I mean? What am I missing from this album? There's something very clearly missing from it. And listen, I know it's supposed to be an instrumental album, I get it. But that's kind of what makes Death Grips really good, is MC Ride's vocals. I mean, that's kind of what, holds the whole thing together and really just elevates it. And their production is definitely awesome on all these other albums. It's just, I imagine some alternate universe where Ride's vocals are on all these tracks. That would have been sick. But that's okay. It's cool. I'm glad they released an instrumental album. That's cool or whatever. But yeah, so that's my ranking, I think. I didn't really think too much about this. Anything I'm second guessing here before I call this and say it's final and that's it? I mean, this is all subject to change, you know what I mean? Like my mind goes all over the place constantly, so this isn't exactly concrete, but here's where I'm at, basically right now. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna put this up here. That feels better. That feels better. I really hope this doesn't piss people off, you know what I mean? B for ex-military? Here's my tier list of Death Grips albums. Now, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. It's a different kind of video for me. I don't know how this is going to do exactly. We'll see, but yeah, if you have any suggestions for tier lists you want me to do, or if you have any artists you want me to check out, I need some more recommendations here. I'm kind of drying up here. I need you guys to send me some recommendations. Who's some crazy artists to listen to? If you're new to this channel and you just found me because of this Death Grips, I love Death Grips. Do you know any other artists or musicians or bands or whatever that are crazy like Death Grips? Or just crazy in general? You want to recommend me? I'm constantly looking for new music to listen to and make videos about. We love crazy music around here. That's our thing. And also, if you're new to this channel and, you like Death Grips, check out Black Hand Path, by the way. That's just a recommendation I have for you. They make similar kind of music. Well, they used to. They don't make music anymore. Actually, like Death Grips. They're very similar. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully.